So today I'm going to talk about the net tie. Net ties are basically used to connect two different types of net. For example, mostly in case of analog ground and digital ground. The purpose of the net tie is to separate the two ground to avoid the interference of this analog and digital ground on each other. Let me give you with an example. For example, if you are having a inductive load like a motor, and this motor is controlled through either a motor controller or discrete circuit through which you are controlling this motor, and the ground of the motor must be separated, should not be connected to the same ground of the same ground of your controlling circuit. The reason behind is that the interference or the disturbance coming from the motor ground may will affect the functionality of your digital circuit. So that to avoid that, what we have to do, we can use a net tie to separate these two ground, the ground of the motor and the ground of the motor controller or of your digital circuit. So as you can see that here I'm having already here I created this integrated library, and I will show you how you can create the net tie component. So let me show you how you can create the component, schematic component, and here I have given the name it as a net tie. And so what you have to do, you have to go to the place, choose a pin, and I already used, actually I created other symbol, so that's why here the number is 7. In your case it must be 0. So that's how you have, sorry, other way around. That's how you have to place your pin, first one and the second one. Let me change the name here to net tie and designator to N1, and here also net tie and the designator to N2, and let me change the length to 100 mil, and this one also 200 mil. Yeah, and again you have to place that in a proper way. So yeah, that's how it is. And then let me remove this N1 and N2 and just only net tie, and oops, so I have to go here. Change the color from here to blue, and customize this margin, let's say 10 mil. Yeah, So this we can shift this to orientation 90°, and position on 0, and let me choose this to 250 mil. Okay, 150, 100. Yeah, so that's look good. Yeah, that's how you can create the symbol. So the next part is to create the symbol. For that, you have to go to the in PCB library and name this component as nettie, and choose here type, here nettie. Maybe in your case it's standard. So there are two types of nettie normal, and the next one is nettie in bomb. In bomb we don't need, so just nettie. And then say OK. Next thing is that you have to go to place, then choose a pad and place your pad at this reference point, and then bring it to the from this multi-layer to the top layer. Then choose this pad designator. You can change it to N1 as we did in schematic. Then go to the shape, change the shape to round rectangle. 60 mil is okay here, and this one I would like to take 30. So, and then you have to reposition this just with your spacebar, and then it looks like this. So the next thing is that yeah, as we don't have to paste any kind of component on this pad, so what we can do, you can go to manual. Just give me a second. Let me show you how does it looks like with top paste. So that's how it looks like. Let me go to the single. So that's how it looks like in top paste. So what you have to do, you have to go to the top paste mask expansion here, go to manual and say like minus 30 mils, so it's removed. Now again go to the top layer, so you can see only the pad. There is no top paste. So now the next thing is that we also don't need any kind of shoulder mask expansion, so you can go to the manual and say tinted. Now that is also removed. So you have to copy this and paste one more pad, and let me check the distance. 55 miles, 1.3. So let's make it, sorry, so let's say 60, 61.52. Yeah, it's okay. Then what you have to do, change this designator from N1 to N2, and then go to the place solid region, choose solid region, and then connect this two region with the copper here, and you can lock this also, so it won't go anywhere. Yeah, So the so that's how you can create the symbol. And yeah, we are done with the symbol. And now let me add the footprint to this. Yeah, so now it's added. Let me compile this, save all the modifications. Yeah, and now it's successful, as you can see that. So let me show you how you can use this in your circuit. For example, this is your connector, main connector, and pin number 1 is ground and pin number 2 is your supply voltage. And I don't have here, I'm not using any kind of component, or I don't have actually any kind of circuit diagram. So I'm just giving you the example, how you can connect with your ground this net tie. So don't get surprised that I don't have any kind of component here on the schematic. So for example, if this is your ground, normally you connect it like this. So what you can do, let me yeah, make it bigger. So what you can do, you can go to your library component and then choose this net tie. We don't need double name, so you can disable this, and you can bring it here like this. So, and then this is your one net, and the second one is this one. So then you can name them as, so let's say this is your ground and this is your power ground. So which means that this ground you have to connect to the ground of your inductive load. In, as I said in my example, it's a motor, so the ground of the motor you have to connect with this net in your layout, and the rest of the circuit, for example your motor controller, or if you are having a discrete circuit, then that or sensors and other kind of stuff, that you can connect through this ground. And that's how you can avoid the interference of the motor motor uh, interference, uh, motor ground interference or motor power interference in your rest of the circuit. And that is the purpose of this net tie. Yeah, that's how you can use. So if you like this video, then please subscribe my channel, and yeah, thank you very much.